My name's Jesus Alvarado. I go by Simi. I'm a muralist artist here in El Paso, Texas. We're here in a Tinseltown, El Paso. We're gonna be painting a mural depicting Blue Beetle. It's gonna be a part of the promotion for the movie. I met Angel Soto here in El Paso. He came down to do research for the movie. At that point, I think they were still looking at maybe shooting even here in El Paso. And we met a couple of times here, and we went back and forth, and he decided that he wanted to have some murals showcased in the film. And I was part of a group of muralists that was in Santurce, Puerto Rico, and you know, I went down there and worked with the film to paint a mural that I haven't seen the movie, that is hopefully, you know, part of the movie in there. You know, painting the mural in Puerto Rico and Santurce was really it was great. It was great to work with the crew up there, because they basically just gave me liberty to paint what I wanted to, and they wanted to get the style of, you know, the murals here in Segundo Barrio. So you know, we talked about a lot about the Chicano movement. We talked about the movement in Puerto Rico. So what, you know, Angel and I started talking about was merging those two styles to create something that could be represented in Santurce. And so we came up with a design that kind of complemented both cultures, if you want to call them that. You know, before I met Angel, actually, I didn't really know much about Blue Beetle. And I think that's what's so what's going to be great about this, that, you know, a character like this, you know, a character that's going to bring out, you know, mostly Chicano culture, you know, Latino culture, into something, you know, into this universe of superheroes, you know, and that, you know, we've been represented in that too. The film itself, you know, having so many Latinos in it, you know, I think it's one of the first films, you know, to do that. And you know, seeing everybody that was working on it, as I was working in Puerto Rico, seeing all the people, you know, that were involved with their background, you know, being Latino, I think that it's going to make this film great, just as it is, you know, just for that.
The release of Blue Beetle is gaining a lot of traction in the borderland, especially with the comic character Jaime Reyes being an El Paso native.
That's right, and the DC superhero is also gaining traction among the skateboarding community, as the character is an avid skateboarder, the first showcase in a comic book of its kind.
I'm a skateboarder from El Paso. I've known Luis through skateboarding channels, and he was making a skateboard film about the El Paso's Blue Beetle Battalion, so he contacted me about working the camera as a cinematographer on the project. So we were out filming in all the ditches in El Paso, the ditches that were made by the El Paso Skate Park Association, which is Paul Zimmerman. And these are made for skateboarding, but also work as actual ditches that, you know, that channels the water and stuff. So we had a little documentary going. We got a bunch of skaters in town. We got a van that we colored the scarab on it, and we also have a ramp of mine that we painted with the Blue Beetle on it, and we took it to a few spots. And Luis is currently working on the film right now. He's going to be here in a little bit, but yeah, that's my involvement in this skate film right now for the Blue Beetle.
My name is Omar Yanad. I'm the founder, the CEO, and the superintendent of a public charter school organization founded here in El Paso called the El Paso Leadership Academy.
My name is Cynthia Valdez. I am a teacher. I'm currently the 8th grade social studies teacher here at EPLE.
And what I do on a daily basis is manage this organization and really try to manage a revolutionary new approach to education, especially for low-income Latino and Latina students in the 21st century.
My nieces and nephew were trying to tell me about Blue Beetle yesterday. They were very, very excited about the opening this week. And so they were describing just the journey that this young man goes through to be able to become, I guess, a true superhero. How it came by chance, but not really. It was kind of fate.
The comic's cool, dude. Like, again, what at least I saw in the animated components, because you get all the Bruce Wayne stuff. And yeah, like some of the movies have gone back and demonstrated, you know, his time in the League of Shadows and stuff. But what this comic really did was, as he's going through these ludicrous changes, which by the way is just like a metaphor for not only growing up and puberty, but a metaphor for growing up Mexican American in this country.
They were really excited because they also mentioned it to me that it looked like them. The superhero looked like them. And I think that's perfect, especially in society.
You aren't accepted by the Anglo society, so you've got to work 5 times harder to dress and fit in and speak correctly, porque te creen cholo, te creen granjero, lo que sea. Like, then the Mexican community doesn't accept you because you're too Americanized. They're like, you're no longer Mexican. So you're stuck in this very interesting realm, and this is why Morrissey songs are so successful again with the Mexican American population, because it's stories of desperation and being lost. You know, like an Irish American lost in the realm of America, Mexican Americans associating with, we are out of our homelands and we're in a place that doesn't truly accept us, but we're doing it primarily familia. And the comic dips into those core identity crises of not just, hey, I am identifying myself as a young man going through puberty, but I'm identifying myself as a Mexican American in a country that doesn't fully accept me. And what happens is that the family component is what grounds. That is where he's taught how to deal with the complexities of his life, how to deal with the complexities of being a Mexican American, how to deal with the complexities of puberty. And it's because the family is such a stable core of the Latino reality, the Latina reality, that he's able to become the superhero that he is, and, you know, eventually gets into the Justice League. But it's a beautiful metaphor for how difficult it is to adapt to a world that is not truly ready to embrace you. And what lengths must we go to in order to not only be accepted, but to then have stability and success. And the superpower, again, is the root of the family, and the family being able to stabilize and help assist and mentor him.
We just needed a superhero as well.
In the studio with my good friend, we used to work together in the past year at Introvision. He was on the TV side, I was on the radio side. Mr. Valentin Sandoval is here, and a big reason why he's here is because this Blue Beetle.
Hi, so we're here at
Where are you?
we're at Ultravision 92.3 The Fox in Paso. We're on planet Earth, right here in far west Texas, and I'm here with an old friend of mine, Mikey Guerrero, who I used to work here at Univision upstairs 15 years ago, and I remember Mikey was hustling, working at FedEx, doing both, doing to and from, like he was in the grind, and so I couldn't be happier to throughout the years see and listen, more like listen at how he became the most listened to DJ, you know, in El Paso, certainly. You know, maybe one of the most in Texas.
You got to see the progression.
Yeah,
when we first started.
I remember I had the image of you that just hustling in and out. I'm like, man, Mikey's grinding it out, and now he's got. How many listeners do you have?
Oh my God! Well, especially in the higher demographics, it's hard to say, but at least 94,000 people listen and that's all ages. So, but we're in the 50 shares, which is, pretty big.
Yes.
Especially with that older audience and stuff. But surprisingly, we're hitting really good with the 18 through 49 audience. I guess being in El Paso, it's passed down from generation to generation. The grandkids listen with grandpa and all that. So it's just something that what I like about El Paso. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Greetings. What can I do for you? So it's really good. This is a call that we're taking.
Yes. So yeah, this is it. Hi, I'm Valentin Sandoval, a writer, filmmaker, and a borderland entrepreneur alongside a business visionary and just an overall a phenomenal human here in El Paso, Don Shapiro. And today is Don Shapiro's 96th birthday. This docu-series wouldn't be the same thing without my friend here, fellow artist, fellow Tutu. We play upon that a lot. We're both born on February 2nd. We're both Aquariuses. For whatever that means, it means that he and I have a 10-year connection cosmically and born on the same day. So this is Diego Robot. In 1939, the comic book Blue Beetle came out, and in 2005, it was Jaime Reyes was the third iteration of the Blue Beetle, and he happened to be Latino. So it was perfect that the setting for the birthplace of the first Latino superhero came from El Paso and Juarez, right here, the epicenter, and that's why it has such a charismatic presence to it, and why it's so relevant that now the biggest superhero movie for the year is a character that was based in El Paso.
The Chicano story and being a part of El Paso, it's like this question of what Chicano, or like what is that? Or my dad got a scholarship, and he, my grandmother worked in a tortilleria, and they got tortilleria, right? And they got them through private school, and so it was, there's times where I'm out here and I'm painting, and he's like, nah, you're fine, and so that hard work ethic, but the fact that he was also a writer and a poet, I had that balance of and my grandfather being he's a carpenter, but he also, when he was older, he lived on selling furniture and making furniture, and that's how he lived. And so knowing, my mom always respected the art and the hustle behind it, and knowing like her dad provided with his, sensibility with his hands, and so, my dream was to do that. And so the fact that I'm doing it, I'm taking it in. I think when you look at my painting and you're seeing me create, it's because I'm embracing, whether it's the pain or the love or the beauty of life, the ups and downs of the struggle. I work with a passion, I work with the need. If there's anyone that's really trying to embrace the culture here in El Paso and know the region and know the people and really try to figure out, how to make it and stay relevant. And, not to paint the same things over and over and challenge yourself a little bit, but also, you know, make connections continuously. It's, you know, it can go up and down, but don't stop, I think, is the main thing.
So my name is Carmen Natalia Eon Diaz de Leon.
My name is Marco Lopez.
I'm Nathaniel Lighthorn, and this is Abner Reyes.
My name is Martin Rosales. I'm from El Paso, Texas.
I'm a model / hockey player. I play for the Mexico national women's hockey team.
I was first introduced to the character Blue Beetle back in 2018 when one of my relatives showed me to the DC Comics, and I just found out about Blue Beetle himself.
I first saw Blue Beetle. It was in the Young Justice comics and in the show as well. When I first saw it, I had no idea that he was from El Paso, but his main scene that he showed up in when the Scarab landed in El Paso and you saw the star, it was pretty cool. I was like, oh my gosh, that's El Paso.
First thing that caught my attention was the mural. You know, we don't have too many murals out here, especially in a place like this, like Cinemark. I thought it was cool, man. So I came and, you know, saw it up close and I said, hey man, this is awesome, man. This is awesome. This looks really, really good for us.
I'm really excited to see the new Blue Beetle film. What I appreciate the most about it is that it's being produced by Latinx gente.
I cannot wait to see Blue Beetle coming
Make
out
this
on
a
August
trilogy.
18th.
All right, bring back Injustice 3, James Gunn. All right, let's make it happen.
I think it's really important, man, having that Latino representation because you don't really see it much, especially in Hollywood.
We just got out of the pre-premiere, pre-screening in El Paso of Blue Beetle. It was very emotional. You could hear everybody yelling, pointing at the screen because you could see Easter eggs on some of El Paso culture.
But after watching it, I mean, I'm very pleased that I ate my words and they were delicious.
Thanks for letting us be part of this project and let us escape.
That right there makes me feel like I am the Blue Beetle.
This is our vessel. As some of you know, this last weekend, some skaters got together. Good vibes. Stay blue.
Yeah.
Thank you.